very thoughtful.
And there's some Danish, and I brought some banana bread for you-know-who. I wasn't sure if he's allowed to have it, but...
Well, he's scheduled for a feeding in 20 minutes. We'll see if he likes it.
Good. You sure he's all right?
Absolutely. Those kids have been in here before. I warned them the last time.
I get so furious at people that keep helpless animals.
So do I. Maybe next time I'll put him in the cage with Albert for a few minutes. Let him see how really helpless he is.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Nah. It's a tempting thought, though.
What would he do to them?
Well, that depends. Basically, gorillas are rather amiable vegetarians. You don't hurt them, they don't hurt you. But once you've mistreated them, they no longer trust you. Well, that's a whole nother story.
I don't think I want to know.
Let's just say that 475 pounds of angry gorilla is a rather formidable force. You saw how quickly he destroyed your basketball.
I hope I never have to see that again.
They seldom do it. Anyway, you have nothing to worry about. The two of you becoming good friends.
Oh. Where were you?
Hi.
What? You didn't hear me.
Oh, no, I didn't even notice you were around.
I was at the hospital, having my shoulder looked at.
How are you?
Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing, really. I just can't see Mother.
Who's in with Ryan? You want me to go
Oh,
get...
no, it's okay. Really, never mind.
You've been crying.
Well, you don't have to announce that to the whole house.
Are you okay?
No,
Siobhan.
not now. I'm gonna be all right. So, tell me about you.
I'm fine.
You can do better than that.
All right. I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep well last night.
Why not?
I'm having bad dreams. I try to remember. Something to do with Mary.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to find her, and then,
That's natural, don't you think?
No, I know what you mean, but, I think this is different, more important. You see, it's not Mary that I'm trying to find. It's someone else.
Man or woman?
Someone.
Hey. All ready to go.
Well, where are you off to?
Oh, we're off to the park. Her Aunt Kathleen is going to teach her how to try out that sled that Julian gave us for Christmas.
You
It's such a
mind?
fun...
Mine. I know she's in good hands. Besides, you're the ones who'll be trudging up and down the hill.
You don't see me complaining.
Thank you.
All right. Off we go. Come on, Montez.
You take good care of that. You don't want to throw a snowbank.
Good teachers have a
Just
ride.
throw a snowball.
There we go.
Bye-bye. She's something else, isn't she?
Yeah. You were telling me about your dream?
It's gone out of my head.
Well, you really should try to remember it. I mean, maybe...
It'll come back. What's going on?
Look, I'm okay, really.
Everybody's gone. What's happened?
Jack. I just found out that I'm pregnant. And I don't want to be. I think I want an abortion.
Wait a minute. You sure you're pregnant?
I know. I took one of those home tests and it came out positive.
Well, until you see a doctor.
No, Jack, I know. Look, I'm the one who works at the family planning conference. I'm an expert, right? How not to get pregnant, how to avoid getting pregnant, what to do when you are pregnant. Joe and I just took a really stupid chance, and I'm sure.
All right.
I can't believe this. I mean,
I know.
I should know better. I'm the one who hands out the advice to people.
Siobhan, it happened.
Oh.
It happened to Mary and me. We knew better, but...
Yes, but Mary could not consider an abortion, and I can.
You didn't come up here for that. You came up here this morning to talk to your mother. In fact, if she wasn't involved with Cass and Ron, you'd be talking to her right now, and I can't believe you'd be giving her a lecture on abortion.
No, I might mention it. Among some other things.
No.
Oh, forget it, Jack. Just go away. I'm really sorry that I mentioned it.
You know Minnie too well. You know what she believes. And that's what you came to hear. I'm sorry I can't buy anything else.
I came here because I just found out. And I can't tell Joe. He wants a baby. Oh, we're being shot at. I love him. I love him so much. I'm just already so mixed up.
I'm sorry.
I hadn't even thought of what I was going to say to her.
I know.
Just needed a little comfort.
Comfort. Sure. Well, you get it. She'll be back.
Oh, no, I got to go to work.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I've got reports I've got to write up.
Yeah, well, this is more important.
Thank you. Guess there's worse tragedies, huh?
Not what I was thinking. I'm just remembering. You're right when you say Mary couldn't consider abortion. I was sure rooting for it.
Well, they never mentioned that in their letters.
Maybe Mary never told her. I didn't, that's for sure. You know that I'd left Mary before she had Ryan. I loved her so much. I couldn't take the idea of a child. More than that, I hated it. Tell me all the reasons you don't want a baby. I'll match them and add to it. I just make lists in my head. Oh, too early in the marriage. We don't even know how to be a couple. How can we be parents? I'm too old. I'm too young. Lousy world to bring an innocent
baby into a gang war. I have more doubts about Tizo every day. Not even sure about Joe. I want him to be happy. He just keeps talking about kids all the time. Remember the other night he was over here?
I was talking about the 4 kids and a German Shepherd and a large station wagon. Siobhan, you're not thinking of doing anything without talking to Joe.
That was the same night that those guys came after Tizo. And you got that flesh wound, you had to wear that bandage, and there's bullets in the bar downstairs. Jack, what if I'd been holding a baby?
You weren't.
Yes, but suppose I were.
So that's not the point. The fact is you weren't. It's just like I didn't talk Mary into an abortion.
Well, regardless of how you felt about Ryan, you didn't have to fear for her physical safety. Now, that was never a problem.
If you fear for the baby's safety, you have to talk to Joe.
Or till the next pregnancy.
Either way, you have to talk to Joe. It doesn't matter if the law says it's your decision. You have a husband who loves you, trusts you, wants family.
He's dreaming. Joey talked about a normal life. He's dreaming. I can't go out alone. I can't open the door to strangers. I can't take unexpected deliveries. In 9 months, it might even be worse.
Better. All I can say is you can't have an abortion and then lie to Joe.
I can't bring a baby into a home that's an armed camp. What do I do?
Hey, Albert.
Are you sure you won't mind if I watch?
Well, of course not. You saw how he came to you out front.
Yeah, but he wasn't in school then, and if he's still mixed up about the signing, I wouldn't want to embarrass him. Okay, I'm being dumb. Go ahead, say it.
No, I was just thinking how sensitive you are. Most people aren't that intuitive when it comes to animals.
You mean gorillas really can feel embarrassed?
Why not? They feel angry, moody, happy, and grateful. That's pure gratitude on his face now. He hears your voice is warm and friendly, he reacts well. If he heard you being angry, well, he'd probably back off.
Or throw something. Remember I told you it was my husband and the banana peel?
Yeah, well, that was a bit unusual. I hope you passed along our apologies, by the way.
Well, I haven't talked to Roger since. But as far as I'm concerned, Albert behaved just fine. Yes, you did. What?
Oh, I think it's time for his lesson. Albert, I have a banana for Albert.
Banana. Albert has to ask for the banana.
Come on, Prince Albert, you can do it.
Banana. Banana.
Oh, he was almost there.
You think so?
Yes. Didn't you see it? Oh, poor Albert, don't be frustrated.
Here, I have a banana for Albert.
Don't you be frustrated either. He's gonna get it soon.
What was it you saw? But I saw him look at his hand, but he didn't actually make the gesture, did he?
No. I mean, I wasn't looking at his hands. It was in his face, his eyes. It made me think of, like, when I finally understood long division. Or decimals. Yeah, I had a moment just like that, right before I got decimals. And I'm great at decimals now. All kinds of math.
I'm sure you are.
Albert's gonna talk soon. Oh, I hope I'm here when it happens.
I wonder if it was about to happen when I interrupted you.
Me? You were teaching me.
Yeah, but he was concentrating on you. Maybe if you made the sign.
Owen, you're the one that's raised him since he was practically a baby, and with Queen Victoria now at the Staten Island Zoo, you're his only friend. I'm just another face on the other side of the bar.
He trusts you.
Well, I guess I could give it a try.
Great.
Okay, Prince Albert, I got another banana for you, but I'd like for you to ask for it by making the banana sign. Of course, I'll give it to you whether you sign or not, but can you do this for me? I'm sorry, I guess you got disinterested.
On the contrary, he's very interested.
Yeah, but not in the sign, at least my version of it.
No, he's using his own language. And he's speaking directly to you.
What's he saying?
He's saying he likes you.
Hello.
Mr. Jack Finelli, please. 27th Precinct calling. Sergeant Ross.
This is Finelli.
The husband of Mary Ryan Finelli?
I was, yeah.
Sir, we have a man here who says he spoke with your wife just before her accident. He's asked us to put him in touch with you.
Let me help you with that.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting you back.
Yeah, I kind of thought that you'd be gone, too.
Well, I got finished with that meeting a lot sooner than I thought, and I wasn't up for the boat today. Hey, are you sick or something? I saw it this morning.
No, I'm not sick. I'm not anything. I just thought that I finished my work up at home. You know, if I get the stuff done, the office doesn't really care. What about you? You're always up for going out in a Nova. Are you sick?
No, nothing like that. It was just the wind was up and it seemed like a good day to be inside. Well, we can both work at home.
It's not about Tizo and all that.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Tizo. I was really worrying about you, whatever upset you this morning before you went to work. It's still there, isn't it? That's why you came back. Joey's right again.
Joey's right.
Are you ready to tell me about it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Good.
I went up to Mother's today. But Cass was there, and they were having a little chat, you know, girl talk. Well, actually, it was mother talk. Anyway, they went out with Ryan to the park, so I hung around with Jack for a little while and called the office to see how things were going, and I hailed the nearest limo, which was right around the corner, so here I am.
You've told me exactly nothing.
Be patient with me, will you?
Okay.
One thing did happen, though. Jack got a very strange call from the police station. They're in touch with a man there who says that he talked to Mary before the accident. And he wants to get together with that Jack, so he's coming over to Ryan's tonight.
Huh. That is strange. Does he have new information or something?
Oh, I don't think so. He just wants to share what happened.
Yeah, I know how he feels. Siobhan, what is going on with you?
I was upset this morning because I took a home pregnancy test. And it was positive. Well, no, I got to tell the doctor. But I'm sure.
Oh, you're wonderful. You're incredible. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Hey. Hey, what is that? Is that sad or happy? Be happy.
Well, it's a little happier. I'm overwhelmed.
Well, of course you are. Hey, you feel okay? You feeling all right? Oh, no wonder. No wonder.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, I wanted to talk to Mother. And that was impossible, so I got a little weepy. And then Jack came in, and things were much better.
So you told Jack?
Well, yeah. I was feeling kind of badly. I explained to him why, and I'm really glad that I did.
Well, feeling bad how? Like it's too soon, or we're not ready, or what?
Along with all that Tizo stuff, the shooting. I can't walk along the street without being afraid. And let alone push a baby carriage, being afraid of being ambushed. It's awful timing. Up until a couple of hours ago, I wasn't really sure that I could go through with it.
About abortion? You weren't considering that.
Yeah, I was, seriously.
Hey, look, that's out of the question. I don't even want you thinking about it.
Wait, don't you want me to be honest with you? I mean, I was panicked this morning. Do you want to know what I was going through or not?
Well, sure. Just wish you'd stayed here and gone through it with me, that's all.
I know that you desperately want a child. But all I know about me, darling, is that I'm terrified of mothering. And I'm terrified of gang wars, Joey. This morning when I took that pregnancy test, I went cold all over. Because I thought of our child being hurt or maimed.
Look, you'll always be safe. The baby will be safe. Believe me. Trust me on that. Will you, please?
I do.
I love you. I love you. Is it okay now? Are you starting to feel a little better?
Yeah. Starting.
Good. I'll get it, Ma.
Oh, get out of here.
Hey, it's my brother-in-law. Hey, well, what do you know?
How are you? See, I'm meaning to... Oh, you're home.
Well, you noticed. Oh, good. We're going to have family council.
Oh, we'll have a party. I got some champagne
No,
upstairs.
no, Joe, please, I can't stay long. And after you hear what I have to say, you may not feel much like partying with me. Nevertheless, I need to talk to both of you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's our little fishing village by the sea in Brooklyn.
It's really nice out in Sheepshead Bay. It's too bad that you couldn't make it out earlier.
Look, I'm aware I'm a wet blanket around here, and I can tell by the tone of your voice you're already mad, which is not a good situation to have between us. But I need to say this.
Okay, we're listening.
It is about Tizo and the possibility of a gang war.
I figured.
Oh, wait, Frank, I can save you a long preamble on this. And I had a long talk with Tizo last night. There is no wholesale gang war. It's some old enemies of his which have been identified, by the way.
Joe, I have an inside report. It's from the police.
That says different?
Joe has an inside report from his uncle.
Siobhan, I'm not calling anybody a liar.
Well, all right.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The police say that it is a gang war. Now, since the attack at Ryan's, none of the usual people have been out on the streets. The issue may be narcotics, with one faction out to get territory from Tizo that he supposedly controls or rules with an iron hand. Now, maybe Tizo is retired. Maybe he doesn't rule anything other than Harborside. He's told me that, and he seemed absolutely sincere. But what I am giving you is the police opinion. And they see a dangerous situation here. And I see my sister in the middle of it. And I can't ignore that. And honey, neither can you.
I'm not ignoring anything. And I'd like you to give me credit for some sense.
Siobhan's protected. This business about a narcotics struggle,
Joe,
I don't...
that's my problem. How is she protected? Your uncle lives less than a block from here. You are his only family. Your wife is coming and going every day. She's exposed on all sides. She is the perfect target. You know that. I'm sorry. But bulletproof glass in your limousine is just not enough.
Wait a minute. Who do you think you're talking to here? Like your little brother Patrick, who hasn't got enough sense to cross the street alone? He has got brains in his head, and I do too. And I'd like you to know that you're not the only one who's worried.
Stop. I can answer, Frank. You don't have to talk for me, sweetheart. Siobhan's guarded 24 hours a day. This place is watched around the clock. The limousine's tailed. There are 2 men stationed outside Siobhan's office. 2 more outside Ryan's. There are 2 that float, stay with her wherever she goes. That's how she's protected.
Joey, that's not true.
Yes, I'm sorry, it is. I know it's going overboard, but that way she's not open on any sides at all. You think you're the one who doesn't want her in danger. Look, it's only temporary. Those guys will be called off in a week or so, and you can go back to your D train. In the meantime, she's safe.
Then you take this as seriously as the police do. Joe, I'm scared.
It isn't what I wanted for us, and it's not what I promised. But it isn't what you think either. Tizo says no gang war, and I believe him.
I believe him, too. And I'm sorry I yelled.
Look, I'm sorry I spoiled your good moods. You were both very happy when I came in here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we ought to tell him about that, Siobhan. Siobhan's just given me some wonderful news.
Surprise. I'm pregnant.
It's terrific. Congratulations.
I'll watch out for him. Nothing's gonna happen.
That's right.
Mr. Hirsch.
Yeah, that's right.
Jack Finale.
Hi, Jack Finelli.
Thanks for getting in touch.
Not at all. Not that I have all that much to tell you. It's just that it's been kind of bugging me.
We can sit over there. Can I get you something from the bar?
Yeah, draft be fine.
Charlie, one more. I'm fine.
Oh, thanks. This is it's a very nice place you got here. Your in-laws here?
No, they're off for the afternoon. Some kind of Irish affair.
Yeah. Well, I read a lot about the senator and his family this past year, you know? And, of course, I knew your wife. You know, from the television, from the Channel 1 News. That's the reason that I recognized her that day. And then when I read about it the next day in the paper, I am telling you, that really knocked me for a loop. Didn't the police tell you nothing?
No details, just that a witness turned up. Then you didn't see Mary in the car.
No, it's before that. See, we had a conversation. I mean, that's why I didn't know what to do. I mean, if I had seen a crash or something, I would have come forward right away, you know?
You sure that it was Mary that you saw?
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty long conversation. That's what led me eventually to call the police. Like I was telling my girlfriend Gloria, you know? I said, I might be the last person that ever talked to that girl alive. Well, I'm sorry. Anyway, it got to bugging me, you know? So I called the newspaper and asked them for your number, which, of course, they didn't give me. And then I tried the police. Well, you know, I mean, I guess I could have come here and talked to your in-laws, but, I mean, you know, they might have thought I was some kind of crackpot or something, and, you know, I figured she's your wife.
You did the right thing. Now, please, could you tell me what happened? You talked to my wife. Where was that?
It was in a little coffee shop out in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Where?
Well, in my neighborhood. It's the Coney Island area.
When? What time of the day?
Well, it's about 3 o'clock, because I was on my way to the unemployment. 4 o'clock, I signed for my check.
Mary was in a coffee house in Brooklyn. 3 o'clock time. What was she doing?
She was crying. But that's the reason I had to notice her. I mean, not that I wouldn't have noticed her anyway. She was a beautiful girl. But I go in there for a cup of coffee, and I'm sitting at the counter, and I look across, and I see this really good-looking girl sitting in a booth opposite me. And I'm thinking, like, she's real familiar, you know? And then I realized, hey, that's the girl on the Channel 1 News.
You spoke to her?
Right. Now, I didn't let on that I knew who she was, because, you know, I didn't want to embarrass her. I mean, somebody like that in a public eye, sitting there crying. You know, I mean, she wasn't crying loud. It was kind of quiet. But there was tears, all right. So I go over to her, and I ask, you know, if there's anything like I can do, because I figured maybe there's like a death in the family or something.
What'd she say?
Well, she looked kind of wary, and so I said, excuse me, miss, I'm not trying to pick you up. Believe me, I wasn't. I said, you look just, you know, kind of unhappy, and if you need somebody to talk to, like I'm not doing nothing for the next half hour or so.
And?
Well, it kind of went back and forth like that, and eventually she must have figured out that it was okay. And, you know, she really needed somebody to talk to. And so she actually told me that she was feeling awful because she had done something awful, and she didn't know how to fix it. And she'd missed her sister's wedding because she was so mad.
Point blank. She missed her sister's wedding on purpose.
Well, I don't know how much on purpose she did. I mean, I guess she was worried about one thing and another, and they'd had some words. And there was some kind of a problem at home, too. And maybe she couldn't handle it. So she's driving around, and she doesn't realize what time it is, and all of a sudden she's halfway to the middle of Brooklyn.
Yeah, but she made a call. She called and said that she was on her way.
Right, and she told me about that. She said she made a telephone call to who? You?
Her father.
That's right. She was on the phone to her father. She started to leave, and all of a sudden the whole thing hit her again. Look, I'm sorry. I'm only telling you what she told me. I mean, she said she was so mad that she didn't go to her sister's wedding, and immediately she felt crummy about it. And she was sitting there trying to get the courage up to come back and apologize for behaving like a baby to her husband and to her sister. And I told her, don't worry about it. I said, they will forgive you no matter what you've done. But she said this to me. She said, it would take me my whole life to get things back the way they were, to restore things back to them.
Did she say what the fight was about?
You mean what made her mad? No, she didn't. I mean, I tried to bring that out of her, draw it out, you know, so she could dump it, and then maybe she'd feel better.
Yeah.
But she said it was very private.
Anything else?
Well, we talked about, you know, making mistakes and making up and that kind of stuff, and then she left. I mean, she was still kind of shaky, but she was in a hurry to get there before her sister went off on a honeymoon. And the damnedest thing, the last thing I said to her before she left was, please drive carefully. And then, of course, the next day I read it in the paper. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yeah. It clears some things up.
Well, I'm glad it does that much. I mean, I guess a time like this, there's not much you can do, and I'm really sorry that I can't tell you anymore.
One more thing, though.
Sure.
What kind of hat were you wearing? What color?
Hat? Well, I guess I was wearing this. What?
Nothing. Never mind. Could I have your number in case I think of anything else to ask?
Sure, absolutely. Now, look, you call me anytime, okay? And if you just want to talk, it's perfectly fine with me. I mean, it's not easy dealing with a loss like this. I mean, your wife, she was something special.
Appreciate you coming. A lot of people wouldn't have bothered.
Oh, listen, I should have called earlier. Like I was telling my girlfriend, Gloria, this girl, she was really upset and feeling really sorry. And I figured, you know, that her family ought to know. Now, you're going to tell her sister, right? I mean, how sorry she was?
I'll tell her.
Here. Look, Jack. Mary was mad, okay. And then she was sorry. We thought that was it all along. Now, doesn't it help to know for sure?
Didn't have to come up here, Frank.
It wasn't to hold your hand, believe me. Did hers say anything else?
Like?
Like what was Mary doing way the hell out in Brooklyn in the first place?
Driving around, trying to handle it all. Fight with Siobhan, fight with me.
She told him that?
More or less.
Well, I guess it makes sense. I know when Mary was a kid and she was really mad about something, she'd get on her bike, go into the park, be gone for hours, peddling her anger off.
She jogged for an hour and a half the morning of the wedding.
Yeah. And then when she had gotten some perspective on it, she might decide that an apology was in order, and she'd come racing back home to do it. She was always frantic about making amends.
Yeah? If she wasn't driving around upset in the first place, then there would...
Jack, look, cut it out. It doesn't do any good. All right, Siobhan and Mary argued. When didn't they? You and Mary were in the middle of something. So what? Jack, there are damn few married couples who don't have times they regret and say things they don't really mean.
You don't know the whole story, Frank.
You want to tell me about it?
The fight she had with Siobhan and the fight she had with me were both about Siobhan and me.
Two of you. How was that?
Remember last summer, Mary spent a lot of time in Washington. It was right after the rent strike when those CMP goons put me in a hospital and I recuperated here. Siobhan was around a lot. We talked a lot. We shared a lot. I was missing Mary, and before we knew it, Siobhan and I had a big investment in each other. We both realized that we'd come too close. We said so. That was it. There was no affair.
You thought about it.
Each considered it separately, rejected the idea. Wasn't enough for Mary.
When did she find out?
Just before the wedding. I told her everything. Never seen her so hurt. Wasn't the idea of the physical attraction that bothered her a little. It was the emotional bond. Both Siobhan and I told her it was over, but it didn't seem to matter. She wondered if Siobhan was marrying Joe on the rebound, and she blamed herself for not paying more attention. That's what she was dealing with the morning of the wedding. She asked me to leave her alone, to work it through.
And that's what she did.
Yeah. Was she still working through it when the car went off the road? Both of her kept our mouths shut. She would have been here where she belonged.
Jack, look. You and Siobhan would have had to lie. You would have had to keep on lying. Mary asked for the truth. You told it. She traded in it. You know that. Okay, the timing was bad, but it was an accident. We don't know why. The car, the road, we probably never will, but I do know this. My sister hated guilt. She thought it was self-indulgent. If you were sorry, you acted on it. You did not wallow in it. Mary was in a hurry, trying to get back here because she was sorry.
You took care of the matter? I told Jack Finelli the story, just the way we worked it out. He was satisfied? I think so. I think it hit home. He asked me a couple of questions. I had to wing a couple of answers. He said he might call me, wanted my number. I think you can handle it. You know, what would help me is to know more about what really happened with his wife and her sister. You think you could ask Joe?
No, Joey's not in this. I want it to stay that way. Besides, when a lie gets complicated, it gets hard to believe. When he calls, just tell him the same thing. I think we've probably taken care of Mr. Finelli and his questions.
Hello. Hello there. How are you?
Funny you should ask that. Actually, I'm guilt-ridden. I really wanted Cass to meet Joe. I thought maybe we should come back up here last night.
Oh, nonsense, dear. She understood. You're hardly at full for art, getting bronchitis, and Kathleen having to go home. She said she loved your phone call, and that Joe really outdid himself.
Yeah, well, he's extraordinarily happy these days. I guess he wants everybody to know it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, though I hardly understand it under the circumstances.
Well, Joe's really happy to be married to me.
That's not the point, Siobhan. You know what I meant.
You meant, though, even though Tizo's not involved in a gang war, somebody out there's really mad at him, and how could Joe possibly be happy with everybody shooting his uncle?
Yes, something like that, yes.
Well, maybe you'll understand a little better after I've told you.
What's going on, Siobhan?
Well, the thing is, I'm not really ready for it to be real, and it won't be real till I tell you. I've already told Jack, and Joe knows, and Frank knows, but the fact is, it is not real until you know.
Told me what?
I'm pregnant.
Siobhan!
Joey, that's good news. Congratulations.
I knew you'd be pleased.
I couldn't be more pleased. What you wanted, from my standpoint, it couldn't be better.
How do you mean?
Siobhan loves you. You love her. She trusts you. She's loyal to you. You know, in the future, Her loyalty and your marriage may have to be tested. And that child is just what will make you and your marriage more important to her.
Tizo, that's not what it's all about.
You're angry.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to upset you. True.
Look, I don't want Siobhan and the baby and the other children I hope we'll have to be any part of business. I want to keep my family away from all of it. Not just for them, for me. I want a part of my life to be as sane and happy and ordinary as I can make it. You understand that? That's what you gave me when I was a kid. I thought we were in basic agreement that that's what I could have now.
You can't have it now. Exception of the Ryans' involvement in the little trouble we had with Wally. Can you say that Siobhan and your marriage is a type of business?
No.
Well, there you are. I want things to be the same, but I'm not going to live forever. And when I pass on, peacefully and natural causes, you'll be in charge. I can't guarantee that anything won't happen. Neither can you.
I believe I can guarantee Siobhan's safety. I believe we can have a strong and happy life together. I never would have married her otherwise, no matter what she may have seen or overheard. Tizo.
Yes, Joey?
Tell me one more time about right now.
The wife is safe. The situation is in control.
I want to know how dangerous it's going to be for Michael.
Mrs. Pavel, that depends on Michael. The only part that worries me is getting the job. Once I'm in there, I'm not taking any chances. Keep my eyes open and my mouth shut, and I'm not trying anything till I know it's going to work. You won't be expecting any trouble from a kid.
Not even the son of a man he killed. He's not stupid, Mr. Purcell.
If he thinks I'm trouble, Mom, he's not going to give me the job to begin with.
I still don't like it. Wally planned how many things that didn't work. And you yourself, you walked in on Tizo in that bar, surprised everybody, and he lived through it. What can Michael do that you haven't already tried?
I can make him trust me. And when he trusts me, I'll kill him and anybody else who happens to be in the way.
Michael!
I mean it, Mom. I'm not scared. Tizo Novotny killed my father. He deserves everything he's going to get. Will you call him now?
Yeah, this is Anna Pavel. Could I speak to Mr. Novotny, please?
Just a minute, I'll see if he's in. Excuse me, it's Mrs. Pavel. She's asking for you.
You want me to take it?
No. Let's see what she said. Hello, Anna. How are you?
Pretty good, Mr. Novotny. I'm sorry to bother you. I didn't know who else to call. I need to ask a favor.
I'll do anything for you I can. What seems to be the problem?
Well, actually, everything's going pretty good, Mr. Novotny. We've still got most of the money he gave us, and my health's better.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, but I'm very worried about Michael.
Oh, is he in some sort of trouble?
Not yet, but he's got to have something to do. He's got to have a direction. He's very moody and depressed. He's got too much time on his hands, so I've been talking to him about taking some college courses, and he's been looking for a job so he could maybe, pay for it, help pay for it. But he can't find anything, and I was wondering maybe if you have some kind of work for him.
How old is Michael?
He's 18.
Well, has he had any experience?
Well, that's why I thought of you. The last 2 summers, you see, he's been working at a lunch place near us, in the kitchen and behind the counter. They promoted him to waiter, but the owner died, and now the place is closed up.
Well, that sounds good, Anna. I think probably we can find something for him here.
Well, I'd be very grateful, Mr. Novotny. He's a good kid. He's very reliable.
I'm sure he is. Why don't you send him over to see me?
I really appreciate it. When would be convenient?
Why, sooner the better. I'll be here all afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Keep in touch.
You'll see it. Anytime this afternoon.
Nice.
Nice for you. Nice for Wally, not nice for Michael if he gets caught.
I won't get caught. Tizo killed my father. This is a chance to pay him back. And Wally and Dom have promised to take care of us after it's done. It's too good a chance to miss. I'll be all right.
You say so.
I say so. Now, my first problem is to not let him put me in the EBB warehouse or on one of Joe's boats. I need to be in the restaurant where Tizo is. I need to make him relax and trust me. You done good setting up about the diner.
I was sorry about Pavel. There's no question that he was getting soft in the head. You know, to argue about payments in front of outsiders.
Siobhan isn't an outsider anymore.
Pavel is not able to argue anymore either. I hope I can do something for Michael.
Neither he nor his mother know anything, right?
She knows nothing. She understands that her husband disappeared and won't be coming back. We paid her very well. We're not raising any more questions. But you know, later on, she handled Jack Finelli very well.
You think the kid's safe?
He doesn't want anything to happen to his mother. But don't be so concerned about it. You worry too much. Don't worry about Michael Pavel and his mother. And don't worry about Siobhan. None of this will ever touch either her or your baby. Tell me about your experience in that lunchroom.
Well, I began by clearing tables and doing dishes. And then Mrs. Leone found out I could cook. So she moved me behind the counter, and I helped with the griddle and drinks.
You like to cook?
Yes, sir, I do. Then finally, before her husband died, I was waiting on tables.
Well, how do you feel about the restaurant business?
Well, I like the diner business a lot, so I guess I'd like the restaurant business even more.
Well, you prefer to be here than on the boats or in the warehouse?
Oh, yes, sir. My father used to take me out on the Noble when I was a little kid, and I get seasick.
You want to know something? So do I. Don't tell Joey. Well, I think we'd have something here at the Harborside for you. When could you start?
How about now?
Good. That's very good. I like your attitude. I think we'll get along very well.
I hope so, Mr. Novotny. And I just want you to know I think this is a big opportunity, and I'm very grateful.
What security have you put on the warehouse?
The usual, of course, Strakeman and Conforti.
Matt? Thought he was guarding George.
I had to take him off. I've got 3 men over.
That won't do, George. You should know better.
I'll take care of it.
You do that.
Jack.
Hello.
What do I owe this pleasure?
I was to meet Siobhan here.
Oh, well, sit with me until she comes. Sit down.
Some wine?
Oh, nothing for me, thank you.
How's the arm?
Let's come along. I get into these things tomorrow.
Oh, good. Have you heard the good news about Siobhan?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing like a baby. I've never seen Joey so happy. You don't seem to agree.
Oh, no, I'm very happy for him. I just hope nothing happens to hurt that.
Everything's under control.
That's not what I hear.
From home?
Police, street talk. Word is that the attempt on your life was only the beginning.
Of what?
Gang war. Word is that, why are your people laying low all of a sudden?
If you mean by my people, my friends, and my employees, it should be obvious. We're making certain precautions.
I
I do. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, Michael. Hello. Jack Kennelly, Michael Pavel. He's going to work for us today.
We've met.
Michael's father worked for Joy for a long time. George will show you about your duties. Pardon me. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again, Michael.
Thank you.
How's your mother?
What do you expect?
Any word from your father?
There won't be.
I see Tiso is taking care of your family.
The least you can do, isn't it?
Pavel.
Hi. Jack. Am I late?
No, I just got here myself. How are you?
Pregnant.
Besides that,
I'm all right. Just a little nervous, I guess. It's not the most natural thing in the world to know every time you go out you're being followed by entourage or bodyguards.
you hate that, don't you?
I'm okay. Yes, I hate it. Well, how are you doing besides Delia?
I'm okay.
Mother told me that you talked to the person you saw Mary before the accident.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about that?
This guy, his name's Phil Hirsch, so it doesn't matter. Said he'd been trying to get hold of me for some time ever since he found out. He saw Mary that afternoon in a coffee shop in Brooklyn. He recognized her because of Channel 1. He said that she'd been crying, and she said that she'd had an argument with her sister and her husband, and because of that she missed her sister's wedding. And she realized that she had been wrong, and she was sorry, and she wanted us both to know that.
She was coming to apologize?
Yeah.
But I was right.
Well, don't start.
What?
The guilt was not your fault.
Oh, no. I only got her so upset that she couldn't come with you to the wedding. If she had, she'd probably still be... If I hadn't opened my big mouth...
If Mary and I had never met, none of this would ever have happened. If Mary didn't get a driver's license, none of this would ever happen. If I took the car in the morning...
Well, how the hell do you expect me to feel?
All right. I know what you're saying. I felt the same way when I was talking to Mr. Hirsch. Leave it alone. Mary's dead. There isn't anything anybody can do about it now. Okay? Just knock it off. It's not easy, I know, but give yourself a break.
It's not easy.
No. But you'll get there.
Have you?
Almost. There's something else you should know. I didn't arrive at this attitude by myself. Frank helped me work it through. I told him the whole story.
Do you mean everything? Why Mary and I had that fight?
Yeah.
How could you do that?
Because I had to. Because I knew that he would understand, which he did.
Okay.
You wish that I hadn't.
Yeah. But it's all right if it was what you really felt that you needed to do. I'm the one who always waves banners about the truth, right? So he really understood?
No judgment.
No, he wouldn't.
And don't you either. Now, you mustn't feel guilty or upset or anything like that. Especially not now. You have to start taking care of yourself.
I know. I will.
You will.
As long as my niece been here without a hello. How are you, my dear?
I'm better all the time.
That's what I want to hear. You keep that up. The important thing is that you be happy and safe. And you will be. I promise.
Yeah, I'm in Harborside. He's here. No, not at all. I hate it. I hate looking at the man who killed my father. I told you, don't worry about it. I want this more than you do.
And Novotny's so busy lording it over the place, he won't know what happens till it hits him. Tomorrow. Yeah.
Here we go.
Will you stop this?
Hey, guy.
Did you really order champagne?
Yes, we're celebrating. You come?
Joe, you know, I've got to tell you, I'm not going to let you go on with this indefinitely.
With what? Well, what don't you like? Tell me, I'll fix it.
You may not treat me like a China doll for the next 8.5 months. It's going to make me very crazy, and you may not do it.
Okay, I'll stop.
Soon?
As of now. Tomorrow.
Oh, I love you. Good enough.
Oh, thanks. Look, one toast, you don't have to touch another drop, okay? Hey, are you allowed to drink?
Don't mind him, it's just paternity. Of course I'm allowed to drink. I can do anything in moderation.
The doctor said that?
Well, more or less. I didn't really ask him about drinking.
Maybe we should give him a call.
Oh, maybe we should both relax.
It's a new life.
New life.
No one's going to hurt you. Or the baby, or me. I'll keep us safe.
Now, I put this onto Tizo's table, and it sticks. And then I take this detonator, and I turn on the...
Take it outside so you don't get hurt.
Right. And I turn on the switch, and then I turn the dial in steps to the red arrow. And I settle the score. My father gets his revenge, and Wally gets his territory.
Tizo's had this coming a long time.
Anybody who happens to be at the table goes with him.
That's right. You okay about that?
Yes.
You understand we'll take care of you till the heat's off.
And my mother. Nothing happens to her.
Michael, you see to that when you killed Tizo.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Go somewhere else? I said, no. Roger and I are both adults. We can be in the same restaurant with different people. So you break up. Life goes on. You're bound to run into each other sometimes, unless you go live on the other side of the world. And that would mean giving up everybody else I love, along with my husband, just when you need to support them most. So I sat there with Adam, and Roger sat there with Lily.
Lily?
Yeah, he introduced us.
Sounds pretty civilized to me. Yeah, on both sides.
I think it was disgusting.
Well, honey, I'm sorry. I guess no matter how much you prepare for something like that, it still hits like hell.
I was never prepared to see Roger with a trollop. Yes, a trollop. Your words, you know what it means.
Yes, I know what it means.
Well, she didn't have a sign on her or anything, but it doesn't take any kind of genius to know one when you see one. I mean, the way she was dressed and her hair looked like it had things nesting in it. And her makeup, all I could think of was somebody in an open casket. Are you laughing?
No.
And then she started moving her hips, right there in limbs. Of course, Roger didn't bat an eye. He liked it. A woman like that, behaving like that in my favorite restaurant, with me watching. How could he do that to me?
Moving her hips. How?
You know how. Like a snake. Like a trollop. You make me sick.
Us?
I was in agony last night, and you act like a I had a run in my stocking or a hangnail, and poor old Dundelia's making a joke out of a tragedy. It wasn't a joke.
Honey, I know that. I'm just thinking right now that maybe you ought to get in touch with Roger.
I've been in touch with Roger. He lied and he yelled, and I'm not going crawling back to him.
Well, you don't have to crawl. You can just go halfway.
You don't understand. Oh, there's no sense talking to you.
Honey, you still love him. I understand that.
I'm gonna go see my real friend.
What real friend?
God knows.
Hope she calms down a little before you have to start working with her every day.
Yeah, she will, Johnny. The restaurant's a big thing in her life right now. I'm supposed to be a major part of the whole thing, make it a solid operation. She'll do all right. She can't very well get hysterical when I'm trying to manage the place.
She does.
Oh, yeah, sure she does. But my position is still open till next month, till I get more export house. The boss still wants me to reconsider.
Oh, well, then you still have that option. But you don't. Listen, you know, ever since you were a kid, I guess you could say you've been groomed for the restaurant business. I could make a good case for saying you're my protege.
Well, I can definitely say I've always wanted to follow in your footsteps, Johnny. Yeah, when I used to bust tables over here, Mary swore I'd take over the place.
Hey, listen, you know, we have had some good news, Father. No, nobody knows this yet outside the family. Siobhan's pregnant. Yes, she is. Even Tizo and his gang wars can't take the joy out of that.
Siobhan. How about that? And wouldn't that make Mary happy? Or maybe it's a sign, Johnny. Hmm? Maybe things are finally going to take a turn for the better.
Hi.
Hi.
Sort of hoped I'd find you back here.
I'm here. Alva's still out in the big cage. I think he has visitors. I heard some kids talking to him.
Well, if he feels like I feel today, I hope he has company.
Not the greatest day, huh?
Nope.
Ah, here he is. Bet he recognized your voice.
Hi, Albert. Hey, what's that? Somebody's got a hand.
Oh, no. Let me see, Albert. Give. Give.
What's the matter?
If he breaks that thing and cuts himself, he'll be poisoned. Give. Easy, Albert. Easy. Keep everyone out of here till I call you back. Right.
I thought he was going to throw it for a second.
If you'll just put it down, I think I can snake it out of there.
Albert, calm down. You mustn't move around.
Thanks. He hates this thing. It's the only way we've got. You think you could keep his attention on you?
I could talk to him. I don't know.
Try. Please.
So, Albert, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Did you like the bubbles I blew for you? What do you mean he could get poisoned?
Fluorescent bulbs are lined with phosphorus. If he breaks the thing and cuts himself... If he cuts himself with a damn thing, we're in for trouble. At best, it's a wound that won't heal. At worst, it's poison. Talk to him.
Albert, I have a story for you. It's one I always tell my little boy Johnny. Remember him? He's short and blonde. It's about an enchanted forest. I can't do this. One day, a little boy named Albert was walking through the jungle on his way to see his pet gorilla. Oh, my God. It was a wonderful gorilla. He could do all kinds of tricks and talk. And Albert loved to... Oh.
Easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Albert, wait a minute. Listen to me. You mustn't get mad. Owen's trying to help you, and so am I. Now, come on. Come here. We're trying to keep you from hurting yourself, Albert. I wouldn't want you to do that because I like you, and I would feel just awful if you got sick. And I can't lose any more friends, Albert. And I can't tell you a made-up story about the jungle. I can only tell you why I came here today, and that is because I couldn't express how I was feeling to anybody. I'm sad, and I think you're sad. I think you're really depressed. You feel lonesome for your wife, and you're tired of people staring at you, and you're tired of the sign language lessons, and you just want to be understood. Yeah, that's right. Just loved and understood. I'm sorry I didn't bring you a present. I don't even have a banana. All I have is a couple of sugar cubes from Lem's. I always get a couple for little John. Horses like these. Do gorillas? Here, Albert, try one of these. They're sweeter than bananas. I know you're gentle, so I'm not afraid to do this. That's right. Eat it, Albert. It's good. You know, my relatives have a big dog that I'm afraid of. And you're afraid of little boys with pea shooters. Isn't it funny that we're not afraid of each other?
Okay. Good Lord. Delia.
Oh, thank heaven.
Thank you. He touched you.
Yeah. We really seem to communicate.
You want, don't you? Yep. I mean for Siobhan, right now.
You want her to come home? Right?
Well, no, not come home in the sense of leaving Joe or jeopardizing her marriage.
Johnny.
Right.
Well, I want the same thing.
You do?
Sure. I've been scared stiff about her living near Tizo ever since you got those bullet holes in your wall. Every time I see Jack walking around with his arm in a sling, I say, Novotny, you stay in Brooklyn. Siobhan, get out of the line of fire.
Good morning.
Oh, hi.
Well, finally I can congratulate you both together. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's she doing, Joey?
Oh, beautifully. How about you? How'd your meeting go?
Very well. I can say the situation is resolved.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Tizo, would you sit down with us, please, and help us finish the champagne?
Hi, I'm Michael Pavel.
It's okay, you can let him in.
I thought I'd come a little early, get things straight.
How you doing, Mike?
Okay.
Look, you're going to set the tables. You're going to clean up everything I told you like yesterday. All right, look, don't drop any dishes. Keep moving, and you're going to do fine.
Okay, this is where I got my stuff?
Yep, silverware, etc. right here.
Great, I'll get started.
All right, look, don't forget to put a new tablecloth on Mr. Novotny's table in the corner, okay? All right, I'll get your apron.
Mr. Novotny's table.
There you go, here's your apron. There's your locker. Don't forget to take your jacket off before you start, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, please, now, don't make me start thinking about names. I'm just getting used to the fact that this little creature exists.
But your doctor says yes, and you're well.
Well, he doesn't foresee any trouble at all.
No, he's right. There will be no trouble.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I definitely don't want a Joseph Jr. And why not?
Because a girl might not like being a junior.
A girl?
Well, it has been known to happen. My mother had 3.
A little Siobhan?
No, I don't go for juniors either. Big Siobhan, little Siobhan just doesn't quite do it. What was your mother's name? It started with E?
Elena.
Elena. That's really pretty. I just thought that if I was going to pick another name, it was going to be that the first initial is
I like that. I like Now, last names are very classy. I mean, that's first names.
Oh, like Ryan and Ellen.
Yeah.
No, I really don't. I like maiden names. Good way to keep it in the family. What's your mother's maiden name?
Popovich.
Fred.
Popovich Novak. My mother's name was almost that. Barlows. And her mother's name was Billy Nelson. George, I think we'll have some more champagne.
Tizo, I've really got to get to work.
Well, George, I think we have enough. To my niece and nephew, may this child keep you close together for the rest of your life.
Do you mind if I add to that? To Siobhan, it brings me joy.
I feel very lucky and very loved. I could stay around here all day, but it's out of the question.
I'll be delighted to have you stay, but I know Joyce feels the same way. Isn't that right, Joyce?
Well, actually, I was kind of thinking about what I was going to get for a present.
Oh, don't you dare.
Well, I like giving you things. Look what you're giving me.
I'm about to get very maudlin. Let's go. Oh, thank you very much.
Be careful now. Glassman is going to drive. Good. You know, we won't have to take these precautions much longer.
Well, I'll talk to you later. I'll be at the dock, okay? Thanks, Steve.
Bye. Michael. Fresh flowers over there.
Yes, sir.
Tizo.
My dear, I thought you'd gone.
I couldn't resist coming back for just 1 minute. I need your advice.
Of course.
I love Joey. He's been so sweet to me. And what I really want to do is get him some kind of present, something that he really has always wanted, that he'll adore, that he'd never get for himself. Do you have any ideas?
Well, we must consider.
So much that what I really want to do is get him a present, something that he'll just adore, something he's always wanted but wouldn't get for himself. Do you have any ideas?
Well, we'll have to consider? A baby carriage.
Pablo! Oh, what's going on? What are you doing out here?
I was just taking a break. I guess I should have asked. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay, look, you don't have to be so nervous. What do you think we are, huh? Hey, I tell you what, take yourself 5 minutes, all right?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm trying to come up with something. Won't Joey be wondering what's keeping you?
Oh, no. Glassman took him down to the docks, and then he's coming back here to pick me up, so I told him I felt like sitting down for a couple of minutes.
You're a very smart girl.
I'm just glad they didn't try to carry me all the way back in here. You know, your nephew has got to be the most classic case of overprotective, expectant fatherhood I've ever seen.
He loves you.
Oh, I know.
Besides, he has a right to be protective. You should be careful in your condition.
Anyway, she said, quickly changing the subject, what about this surprise for Joey? It's got to be something really special, something that doesn't have anything to do with a baby, but something he really wants.
All right, give me a moment. This shouldn't be so difficult. I think we may be going about this all wrong. Why is it that you want to give Joey this gift?
Oh, I don't know. He's always doing things for me. I just want to give him something for a change.
It's more than that.
Yes, it is. The past few weeks haven't really been very easy. I'm getting used to having a child and starting a family so soon, plus in the middle...
Oh, go on, my dear.
Well, it's all this about being so afraid to go out and even answer the door. Once I do, I know I'm being followed around by half a dozen bodyguards.
I'm sorry.
No, I know you are.
It'll all be over soon.
Yes, well, in the meantime, I've just been going kind of crazy, and I know Joey hates it as much as I do. I've been so nervous, and he's so worried about me all the time. Everything has just kind of got lost in the shuffle. All the good things, I mean.
I understand.
Well, what I really want to say is I'm sure that all this will be over soon, and Joey and I will be happy again. I really want to have this baby, and I love him. It's a lot to put in one present, isn't it?
I don't know whether this will cover all the requirements, but I remember Joey once saying that he was going to buy himself a gramophone.
Well, he's got the best stereo
Oh,
equipment.
not a stereo, a gramophone, the kind of thing we used to use before you were born. You know, Joey used to come to our house quite often. And his parents, well, you know about that.
Yes.
Our house was always full of music. And Marie, my wife, used to sit around and listen with Joey to all those old records. Some of them were so scratchy that you could hardly hear the music, but Joey loved them. And when Marie died, she left Joey all those records.
Well, that's a great idea. I might as well start looking in antique stores this afternoon.
It'll make him very happy. Glassman here?
Yeah, I better get going. I should have been at work a couple of hours
Oh,
ago.
Siobhan, before you go, I've been meaning to ask you about your brother-in-law. How is he?
Jack? Well, he's getting better, but his shoulder's
Oh,
still...
the reason I wanted to ask you, you said the other day there's something that he seemed to be uneasy about Mary's death. Some questions?
Oh, well, yes. The man who was supposed to have talked to Mary before the accident got in touch with him, and they talked. And I think it helped clear up some things.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that.
Well, thank you.
Take care of yourself.
I will. Thank you very much for everything.
Goodbye, my dear. Phil took care of his job very well. Tell him I'm very pleased. Seems that everything is going to be all right.
I'm still at the harbor side. It didn't work. I dropped the transmitter. I tried it, but nothing... The explosives are still under Tizo's table. Look, I'm sorry, I tried. What do I do now?
First thing, get the explosives out of there.
How?
You figure it out. If the transmitter's not working, there's nothing more you can do today. But you get that bomb out of there when you leave tonight. And you pray that they don't find it before you do.
Get through?
You were right. She was waiting up. I told her not to.
We had a good chat. You make her very happy, Joy.
She told you that?
She did. Things haven't been too good lately. And I don't like, for my troubles, to touch your lives this way.
I know.
Things are going to change very soon.
You know that, or you hope?
I know. Wally and his friends are in for a big surprise in a few days.
What kind of surprise?
The kind that he won't like, and hopefully will bring to an end these foolish ambitions of theirs.
A hit?
You don't like that.
Is it what has to be done?
It is.
All right.
What is it, Michael?
I just want to know if you need anything.
Not a thing, thank you.
Should I clear the table?
No. Somebody will clear it in the morning. It's late. You go on home.
I don't mind. I can wait.
No, go on.
Thanks. I'll just get my coat.
He working out?
Fine. Not like his father at all. I've been going through the plans for Delia's restaurant. There's a receiving room and a laundry room with a communal wall. The stuff will be delivered into the receiving room, taken into the laundry room, and cut there. The cut stuff will go out with the restaurant laundry every morning in our trucks.
Delia still has no idea?
No, she won't.
We'll hope.
Joey, you worry too much.
Yeah.
Good night, Michael.
Hey, good night.
You sure you don't want me to hang around? I don't mind.
You see, I was just telling Joey how much I'm pleased with your attitude.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Novotny.
I admire your dedication. Well, we can let you clear away. We have to go anyway.
Yeah.
Don't be too long.
I won't. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. What is that?
What?
In your hand.
I just thought I'd bring these to my mother. She hasn't been feeling so well lately. I guess I should have asked.
It's all right. You're a very thoughtful young man. By the way, did you see my glasses? I must have left them here.
No.
Oh, thank you, George.
Well, I guess I'll be going.
Give my best to your mother.
I will. Good night.
Michael, keep up the good work.
Here we go.
Hey, thanks. You know, not everybody's allowed back here. This is a special area.
Well, listen, we wouldn't want you breaking any rules or anything.
Don't worry about it.
Listen, you sure we're safe back here?
Bobby, come on. You hear him talk, you'd never guess he used to be a policeman. And he won citations for bravery and everything.
Gee, now, come on.
Well, I'm proud of you. I want you to meet Prince Albert. Prince Albert, this is my brother Bob. Bobby, this is Prince Albert. Go on, say hello.
Gee, come on.
If you don't, he's going to think you don't like him.
Hello, Prince Albert.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it? How you feeling today?
Yeah, let me get him some apples.
Honey, I don't think he's going to answer you.
Oh, he understands a lot more than you think. The other day, I was trying to help Owen keep him from hurting himself with a fluorescent light bulb, so I started talking to him to distract him, and I was telling him how I was sad about some things, and he just came right over and he touched my hand. Just like Maeve.
Well, honey, I don't think you ought to bring that comparison up over by Ryan's.
You are impossible. Will you tell him?
No, it's true, Mr. Reed. Albert has a great capacity to recognize individuals and react to their emotions. He's very fond of Delia.
See? So, how is he?
Well, he's a little moody today. I think he misses Victoria.
Who?
She's his wife. They're separated. Well, I hope this is going to cheer him up. I didn't have a chance to wrap it.
Honey, that's for him?
Sure. What'd you think?
Well, I kind of figured it would be for little John, the way you had me going all over town trying to find a store that sold Irish footballs. I figured it was an emergency or something.
Well, I was busy. Hope he likes it. It's supposed to be tougher than a basketball.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Last week, I gave him a basketball, and I thought he liked it, but I don't know. After he was playing with it a few minutes, he must have got upset because we weren't paying attention to him. He took that basketball, and he just busted it right between his two bare hands.
Are you sure we're safe back here?
Perfectly. Actually, Albert's very gentle, as long as you don't cross him.
Yeah, or play basketball with him. So the Knicks could use a guy like you, fella. You know that? She might be a little rough on the equipment, though.
Let's see how he likes his new present. Here you are, Al. It's from Delia.
You're welcome. Oh, look, he likes it. Isn't he cute?
Yeah, honey, he's adorable. Hey, listen, baby, let's get out of here, okay?
Look, you hurt his feelings.
You can really tell I'm uncomfortable back here?
Sure. Albert's very sensitive to signals. We used to have a guard here. He and Albert were best friends. And one day, this guy must have done something. I never did find out what. But since that time, anytime he came around, Albert was uncontrollable. We finally had to transfer the guy to another part of the zoo.
Oh, that's awful. Albert, hope you never change your mind about me.
Can't imagine why he would.
Yeah, well, honey, we gotta get going, really.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. They just finished all the rewiring and the new plumbing at my restaurant, so we get to go try all the lights and the faucets.
That's great.
So bye-bye, Albert. I'll be back tomorrow. And you enjoy your football.
I'm sure he will.
Hey, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'll walk you out front.
Yeah.
Albert, my brother really is very nice.
You better do something about this lock.
been all morning?
Dee wanted me to meet a new little friend of hers. Cute little fella, about 450 pounds, nice fur coat, sweet disposition. Prince Albert's the name.
That little Jono's been telling me about him. Sweet man, huh?
Oh, yeah, reminds me of an old sergeant of mine.
Oh,
Listen, I don't make fun of your friends, even though I could. Like that girl Gloria you used to go out with all the hair and the tattoos.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Send your apologies, my apologies, over to your big monkey.
I will. Listen, I don't think we should fight. We should try to get along. You know, especially since we're going to be working together.
Yeah.
Johnny, we went by my restaurant this morning, too.
how's it coming along?
Wonderful. It is going to be the most beautiful restaurant in New York City. I'm not exaggerating either, am I? Tell her.
Tell me something else, Johnny. Big glass rooms overlooking the park. All sorts of crystal stuff all over, chandeliers.
That must be costing you a small fortune.
Well, it is, but that's okay.
I still don't understand where you're getting all this loot from.
I told you, from the commodities market. That's the way it is, you know. One day you're poor and the next... Well, anyway, that's not important. Listen, you know, I'm going to be ready to open soon, and I still don't have a name for the place.
How about Delia's place?
No, that's too boring. I like the Delia's part, but... What was your idea? I think it's good for people to know who owns a place. Now, really, I need your help. I want something wild and exciting.
Let's see now. Oh, I got it. Delia's Eats. No good, huh?
Well, about the only wild and exciting thing I know is your friend Prince Albert.
Prince Albert's place. Except people wouldn't know what I was talking about. They'd probably think I meant the real Prince Albert. And they'd expect me to serve English food or something. Even though he wasn't English, he was German.
Since when do you know so much about history?
I looked it up when I met my Prince Albert. Thought it'd be interesting. The real Prince Albert was German, and he married Queen Victoria. And she depended on him for everything.